welcome to the first episode of the Hardwork project. This is the podcast show that will take a look at the journey of the young footballers from their perspective of what they need to put in to become what they want to become. And we're also going to get the perspective of the parents as well on the journey and everything that goes into producing young footballers. Today we are joined by Micah and Elijah and their dad, Matthew. They play for QPR, ladies and gents, and I'm Semps, and I'm joined by my co-host today.
I'm Josh, guys. Yeah.
Wicked. So, you had a little introduction that you wanted to do for them.
Yeah, so first I wanted to just thank you lot for coming in and, you know, taking time out of your schedule for and coming to talk to us. So I had this Inspired Dynasty cap and t-shirt. You've both got one each.
Very cool. Thank you.
And then I also got these boot brushes. So obviously, I know it's hard work cleaning your boots after a match. So these should hopefully make it easier. So you each got a pack of these each.
Thank you.
If there's something like that, you can sort out what's in them later on.
Thank you.
Oh, and there's a couple of sweets in there as well. Don't tell Dad.
Wicked.
Alright.
So you had an icebreaker that we're going to start with the boys.
Yeah, I thought we'd just start with a little icebreaker, break the ice, get us all nice and relaxed and with a little fun game. So I'm going to ask a question. The game's called Who's the Most Likely? So I'm going to ask the questions. Everybody says, who's most likely? Is it you? And see if your answers match. If you've got the twin connection, if Dad, you know what I mean, he'll be the adjudicator, you know, on the questions. And yeah, so I'll just fire away.
Who's going to answer first?
No, I think just put your cards up at the same time. Everybody at the same time, including Dad.
All right, let me do a countdown. I'll do 2, 1, and then you put it up. All right, then. Wicked.
Okay, then. So, easy question at first. Who has the better taste in music?
2, 1. Oh, too quick.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Oh.
No.
Alright. Who's the better dancer? Okay. Okay. Who's the hardest worker?
Dad's on the spot now, you know.
It depends.
Does that work?
Dad went 50-50. Smart guy.
Alright. They said it depends. We won't find out what it depends on. Alright. Who's the mummy's boy?
Right, they're both mummies, boy, yeah?
They're both mummies, but
Oh, okay.
Okay. Who talks the most? Okay. Who moans the most?
oh, that's easy.
Yeah. Alright then. So, who's the most likely to call Dad at 3 a.m. in trouble? Alright.
You know why? Because he reminds me of myself when I was younger.
Yeah.
Stubborn.
Yeah.
Or can be stubborn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could get you into trouble sometimes, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, good stuff. Who takes the longest to get ready?
Oh, easy.
Oh, that was
Okay then. Alright then. So a bit of a cheeky one. Who's the biggest ladies man?
Ooh.
yeah.
I'm joking. Probably, yeah.
The time when you say you take long to get ready, you have to meet the ladies, man.
Alright. Yeah, I think we'll stop it there.
Wicked.
No worries. Thanks for that.
Nice. All right then, man. Let's get stuck into what we're really here for. So, as I said, thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Yeah, man, we just want to take a look into your journey to date, really. You're 16 years old. They're twins, as you can see. And they play for QPR. So, you know, how long have you been at QPR for?
I've been at QPR since I was under 9, so I was 8 years old. So 8 years.
8 years. Okay. Yeah. Would that be the same for you as well?
No, I was 7 years. I joined after.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
6 month difference.
Okay. So, how did it happen? How did you get to QPR? What was the grassroots? Did you come from?
We started. I was coaching at TFA, Total Football Academy, which was in Crouchen at the time. They started really kicking ball at the age of 5 years old, just training, obviously, to make it fun. Then it got a little bit serious when they joined TFA, and from there, majority of the team went, didn't they? When you got to 8 years old, majority of the team went to like Arsenal, and you guys went to QPR, and the boys go to different clubs, basically. So I was left with 3-4 boys, which I couldn't do much with, do you know what I mean? So yeah, and that's where the journey started. We went in for trials at first. He got in straight away. At the time he went in, he wasn't feeling too well and all that kind of stuff, so it affected his performance. Next time he was invited in to take trial was about 5-6 months later, and he got straight in as well. Okay. So they've been there since, literally.
Okay.
And how did the scouting come about? Did you have like not a conveyor belt? Did you have a link towards?
Well, yeah. A friend of mine worked at Queen's Park Rangers at the time, and he saw them playing, and he said, "Listen, I've got to get them into I've got to get them into QPR." Yeah. And that's where the journey really started. He just put their name forward. We went in, and everything's been, hunky-dory since then.
So, what positions do you lot play?
I play on either wing, but I prefer the left wing.
Okay.
Anywhere along the back line, to be honest, but I prefer like right back or centre back as well.
Okay.
And have you always been playing in those positions?
Yeah.
I've always been an attacker. I started off as a striker, and then I went towards the wing after like my first year at TFA.
Talking to the mic.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
So I started off as a striker, then I went off to the wing.
Okay.
And my first year at TFA, so when I was about 7 years old, 6 years old.
And when they both first started playing, as a dad, did you see the potential in them from early, from when they were like 5?
Definitely. I mean, it's their dream. It's what they wanted to do at the end of the day, and I'm dad at the end of the day, so now I've got to support them no matter what they want to do. So if they said they wanted to play football, it was what I was going to make sure that they tried to do and pursue that career. They showed a lot of love for football, which I couldn't question at all. So there was no way I could turn around and say, right, maybe. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's just a fun thing for them. But they loved it. They wouldn't do a day without playing football or, do you know what I mean? Or breaking something in the house. Yeah. With the football. But yeah.
I think that's a important thing that you said, in that how you supported them. You could see that they had an interest in it and they wanted to do it. You understand? And obviously you just tried to equip them and support them on the journey, which is, I think that's just important and like very good, because I think we grew up in an era where I want to play football. Right. No, are you?
Yeah, that's exactly football, so. I was supposed to be a doctor, according to my mum. My brother's supposed to be a pilot, which we both. But I was really sporty when I was young myself. I did athletics. I played football as well. I was really good at basketball. I trained with Leopards at the time. So I could have gone somewhere with sports, but my mum didn't have that support from home. Yeah. I mean, I grew up with mum, so mum played both roles, dad and mum. Yeah. So I had no choice but to literally put my head down. When I wanted to go to activities after school, I wasn't allowed, all that kind of stuff. So it kind of played a big part of me not getting to where I should be with the sport industry. Yeah.
And I think, again, mum, dads, we love you. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? Like, they all did the best that they could do within the times we grew up, and they give us opportunity that at least we can give our kids, better opportunities and better chances. So, I think it's important to get the support, family support,
100%,
and network support.
It makes things easier, doesn't it, for them as well?
Yeah.
If they know that we've got their backing all the way, then there's no excuse why they shouldn't move forward and, do you know what I mean, focus on what they want to do.
Mm-hmm. They just need to fulfill their end of the bargain now, and that's just put the work in, I'm guessing, right?
Mm-hmm. So, again, I suppose there's a lot of work that goes into it, because obviously everybody sees footballers, they see you when you make it and you are now famous and you've got this big car and this big house, but just the journey to get to that, which you guys aren't even there yet, but you're en route, you know, and God willing, you know, someone trying to say to you, you get there, you achieve all your dreams, you understand, and you take it to the highest level possible. But can you tell us a bit about, you know, the work that goes in, like the travelling, the extra sessions, you know, I'll ask that as well, but on your side of things.
What, just in lockdown or just in general?
Just in general. Just in general. Growing up.
From growing up, like...
How many times a week do you train?
So training would be like...
to train?
When you're younger, I think it's 3 times a week. And then a game on Saturday.
Okay.
But, like, that, we would do that, go to training, like, from school as well, because it was far.
Yeah.
Finish school late, then we have to get changed at school. And, like... sleeping in the car on the way there, doing work on the way there. Like, just have to keep up with the schoolwork because Mum would not let us slack. Like, she said, "You're not playing football if you're not doing that." But
I hope you lot are listening to this, because I get calls every day. I want to be a footballer. I want to be a footballer. See what the life of a potential or somebody who wants to be a footballer. See what they have to go through and have to sacrifice. So, just important that you know what I mean, that we want to hear that really.
yeah.
And when you was starting off, who did you think was the better footballer at the both of you, or was it never really that competition thing? Was it just more support?
Yeah, it was a lot more support, but in my head, if I'm completely honest, I used to think Elijah was better because at TFA, it was the kind of thing like Elijah's always been a lot bigger than me until recently I shot up, but Elijah was bigger than all of us. Elijah was the brick wall, like you was never beating Elijah when we was at TFA. Yeah, and that's the only thing you used to hear the parents say after match. You used to say, we scored a lot of goals, but if it wasn't for Elijah, we would have conceded goals as well. Well,
that's good. But now you lot supporting each other along the journey.
And the good thing is as well, like he plays left wing and I play right back, so that's like they play against each other in matches. So I'm always like training with him, doing 1v1s, just trying to get better all the time. Against him because it's more match realistic.
So you got the tricks, and then you're the wall, and then it's just like force meets force, and nothing don't move. So how do you keep each other motivated? Is that one of the ways that you keep each other motivated by training against each other?
Together, it's always easy because you've always got someone to train with. Sometimes training by yourself can be boring. So like training by yourself, you lose interest really quickly, but if I'm with Micah, then it's just like easy. You just flow for hours.
Okay.
Because it gets fun. It's competitive as well. It's not like I'm not gonna let him beat me, but like obviously I don't want to hurt him, but I'm still giving him.
You still want to
like go into him a little bit.
It's big boys will be boys. Isn't it? Like, toughen each other up.
Yeah, sometimes we've been training and like we've just had to stop training because it's got too.
And then what's Dad saying on the side?
Referee.
For me, I think it's they do support each other a lot. For me, I feel like it's a thing where, like I say, they've always got that advantage of having each other. You got lots of boys who are out there who want to play ball, but they have to now be motivated to train by themselves. But they have an advantage, and like he said, they play different positions, so they can use each other to better themselves in those positions as well.
But you say that they have an advantage. Do you sometimes think, boys, that it could sometimes be a disadvantage that you're twins, that the expectation of you now going through may be a lot higher than somebody that's just on their own? Yeah,
I feel like when you're a twin or when you've got a sibling similar age and you're doing the same things, you always get compared.
Yeah.
So like when we're at school, people are just oblivious. They don't really know what we do outside. So they just know we play football. They don't know what positions, stuff like that. But they'll be like, "Oh, who's better?" Yeah. Then we have to explain to them like we play different positions. It's like saying who's better, Ronaldo or Van Dijk. Like they don't play same positions. So it's just like getting compared. It's just like it's not. I wouldn't say unfair, but it's just people just need to understand that you can't really compare us with different people. So like,
of course.
You've got what's the word? make decisions on like as a singular, not together. So because we're always together, they just say brand us together.
You want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, but that's always been drummed into us from when we were young by our parents anyway. Like, they never used to compare us. They just would always treat us as individuals, even though we're twins.
Okay.
So then we'd always have each other's backs when questions like that came about, because it's just how we was raised by our parents, to be fair.
Okay. So I can see that they've got some good ground in there, Matthew. You know, because we touched on it before about the support. It is important that we do draw attention to home life and how that can help the players through life, because as you said, you're just here supporting them, and their mum is the same with everything.
Yeah. As a parent, like I say, you only want to support your child, and no matter what in anything they want to do. And for me, it's fulfilling.
How has it been? Obviously, like they've just explained, they've got full-time schedules, school, getting changed at school, you know, resting in the car, going to matches, stuff like that. How has it been for the parent? Because obviously you have to work, live, provide. You understand what I'm trying to say to you?
I mean,
how do you...
Before I had my daughters, everything we did was football.
Yeah.
Based around football, you know, like you said, we used to pick them up from school, bring a packed lunch for them to eat. On the way to school, they change in the car or change at school, sleep by the time they get there. Then after training, they get home, try and do some homework, or try and do some homework in the car on the way. So the life had to be really structured. You know what I mean? It had to be, there was no chance of, you know, we're going to change this today and we'll do it this way. Everything had to be the same, week in, week out, you know, and that's it.
Do you still have that same structure now?
As they've gone off to digs now, yes, we do. But as they've gone off now, they're now at digs, so they're not staying at home.
Yes. So they just started digs, right?
That's right. This week they started digs.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a little bit different.
So what is digs, if you can explain to everybody?
It's like, so the club pays someone to look after you, and they live within like a certain radius of the training ground, so it's easier to get to there. So we don't have to do our homework and stuff because we're not hours away.
Eliminates all that, yeah.
Okay. So we're just local to football. We're about a 10-minute drive. We get picked up.
So you're living with a different family? Yeah. Okay. And you both living together? No.
They separated us.
Individuals, right?
I can see his door from my window.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay. So is that a big part of the reason why you chose these? Because obviously some parents might not want their kids to go into digs, some do. So
I was happy either way, whatever they wanted to do. My wife would rather have them at home.
Yeah.
But if they wanted to go over to digs, and I don't know if partly their reason was because of that, you know, trying to take that weight off our shoulder a little bit. But they decided, they had the final decision. If they wanted to stay home, they would have stayed home. I would have still carried on doing what I needed to do for them. But they wanted to go off, which was fine with me.
Okay. I think it's good, and I think obviously you guys are, like, from talking to you today, you guys are mature enough, and you know, to make that decision. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you on your own? But I just I find that it's just different parents and different choose different things. Some ain't so willing to let go of their child so soon. But I guess maybe because there's both of you as well. Your parents know that you two, you know what I mean, you two have always got each other's back, you know. There's someone said something to me this week, and I always like little phrases, and that they said, one might be able to turn away 1,000. So on my own, I might be able to turn away 1,000, but with two of you, you can turn away 10,000, and it's literally that extreme. So one is 1,000, two is 10,000. You know what I mean? The amount of difference you can make, you know, having together, you know, being together and having that support network is huge, you know. So
would I be able to ask why you both chose to go to digs?
No, I'm joking. I chose to go to digs. I chose to go to digs because obviously it's closer, and like traveling long distance gets tiring over time, but also because I want to grow up. Like, I don't want to just be like at home all the time. But I do, but I don't want to be like babied anymore. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to tell my kids, I went to digs and like I looked after myself. Like I want to know how to look after myself, like if I needed to, because we're gonna get to that age where we have to move out soon. And live by ourselves.
Another reason I chose is just like it'd give a better support system for our little sisters as well. So like, because we were by ourselves and we didn't have two little sisters at first when we first started football, especially. Mum and dad's time and everything outside work went into me and Elijah. So now we're at digs, the same can go into my little sisters to push them as well.
Wicked. Some mature 16-year-olds we got here, boy. You've been prepping them on what to say. No, that's really good to hear, because you're already thinking, you know, fast forward about how you're going to progress in life, the type of people that you want to be. You're talking about there, I want to tell my kids that I was supporting myself and all of that. So, no, that's brilliant. And does that then translate into your football? Do you put that same work rate and mindset into your football in terms of where you want to get to?
Yeah. I feel like every time I go to training, I'm training to get better.
Okay.
So like, I don't want to just go to training just to train with my friends, because then I could do that in the park. I've got to take things seriously, because we're at a stage where everything you do, you're being judged. So any slip-ups or continuous slip-ups could be detrimental to your future. And I don't want that to happen now, because I want to make as a professional footballer.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, 100%.
Same for you as well, Micah.
Yeah, like, there's no point in coming this far and then throwing it all away.
Yeah.
It was 16 years, or right, let's say 11 years, that we've been training and pushing ourselves, and then once it's on our own back, we take our foot off the pedal. Like there's no point, so you just got to go in and be the best.
And do you hold each other accountable? So you both play on the same team. Do you ever say to him, you know what, Elijah, today you weren't really on it, you need to fix up or get better, or what's wrong? Do you ever challenge each other?
Yeah, like we have to, because if you don't, then you're never going to get better. You're never going to know where you went wrong.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. One thing I always wanted to know, do you see when the kids go to digs, is it everybody that gets offered that chance, or is it a select few?
If you get a scholarship, you get if you live a certain amount of distance away from the ground, then are you still offered it, even if you live close? No, you're not.
No, so you have to be a certain distance.
You have to be a certain distance away from the club before you get offered it, and that's what you find, and it's optional. You don't have to take it. You know,
But would they look badly on you?
Not necessarily, no. Not necessarily. No. At the end of the day, they don't know what's going on in your home. They don't know your structure. They don't know what, your daily in and outs, or what your life is about, But they just know that their kid has to come to football. We've offered him a scholarship and he has to be at training. And that's it. I mean, now they make their own money. And they're getting paid for doing what they love doing. And
what's better than that?
What's better than that?
Yeah, definitely.
It's the best, boy.
Definitely.
Tell me about it.
I wish I was as good as you.
Let me just drop in another one of my quotes. I'm going to be doing this a lot. You know what I mean? You know what? Yeah, Jay-Z's got a song where he says, "It took me 28 years to find my path." You know what I mean? My only job for my son is to cut that time in half. I think he said 30 years or 32 years to find his path. So he said cut it in half, which is 16. You know what I mean? So it's like at 16, knowing what you want to do with the rest of your life, like I think you've just cut off a whole heap of BS that I think all of us in this room probably went through in terms of not knowing what am I going to do? What do I want to do in my life? So just having that clarity and having that direction at your age, you know what I mean, is a blessing. And, you know what I mean, it's good to see as well,
Have either of you had any serious injuries so far?
Not serious. Like I've had Osgood's, slightest disease.
Okay.
That's where get growing pains in your knees.
In your knees, isn't it? Yeah.
Because you're growing. But I think I was out for 6 months to 6 to 8 months, I think.
Have you got the bulges on your knees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same. The same.
I know the pain, people. I know the pain, man.
Yeah.
What about yourself, okay? No. You told me earlier that you was coming back from an injury, though.
Just a little
minor thing.
Minor
Okay.
nipple.
All right.
My ankle was a little bit swollen.
What's it like with the teammates? Is it very competitive? Is it like a brotherhood, like a team environment, or is it everyone's out for themselves sort of thing?
It's very competitive, and then like because the second years, so like after under 16s, you're all under 18s. So there's the second years. So they were in our position a year ago.
Yeah.
So like they're always trying to push us and like not tell us what to do in a bad way, but like just try and guide us through training and matches, and then always trying to make sure that the intensity is high and stuff like that, because they know how serious these 2 years are.
Yeah. You look ready for it?
Yeah.
Dad ain't gonna let you slack anyway.
Definitely not. Definitely not. I think even through the whole COVID, as COVID happened, we were still training, weren't we? We didn't stop. We haven't stopped at all until they've gone back.
Okay.
I think I gave you a week off. Oh no, I was supposed to give you a week off. And I didn't manage to do it, but you got at least a couple of days off, right?
They're 16 though. They can work for it, man. You're not
Exactly.
arting.
Everyone said that.
Exactly.
Everyone got say that.
He didn't like that word. You could tell that it's paying them that they didn't get their time off. But you know what? That's paving the way. Yeah, man. You put the work in now, and you're gonna reap the benefits later on. Dad, how's it been dealing with QPR as a club? Have you run into any issues or any problems?
You know what? Touch wood, I haven't. It's been a good club to be at. It's a close, small, compact, family-based club. You feel like you go in. It's a friendly environment. It's a good place to be for me. At the moment, for me, I'm happy with my boys staying at QPR and something coming about. We're getting something out of it when they're about. I'm hoping my plan for them at the moment is for them to be playing first team football at the age of 18, 19 years old if possible.
Okay.
And that's what we're working towards. And that's how I aim, right?
Yeah. And what is it? Do you lot just have this conversation between you and say, or do you say, what is it that you lot want out of this, and then you just come together and just work out a plan?
Yeah. And also I admire their honesty, especially after games, etc. If they haven't played well, Dad, I didn't do too well today, and it's not, I am that kind of. I'll give them an example of look at all the successful, like let's use Lewis Hamilton for example, Michael Jackson, like certain. Where are they today, and what did they go through with their dad? And if you look at it,
Serena Williams,
all of them, and it's not easy.
Yeah,
if you want to make it, it's not easy, and you have to give all into it. And I think they're getting that, and they understand that now. Growing up, it might have been I had to keep reminding, etc. But I think as they've got older, like I said, they're a lot more mature now, and they understand what it takes to be a professional footballer. The extra bits out in between training, etc., and just focus. That's it. Okay. I'm always going to be here at the end of the day, and I'm always going to be doing bits with them when I can do bits with them, and I feel like that's what I need to do. Okay. We've had a lot of approach from agents, but I tend to not. Sometimes I tend to not even want to tell them, and change their focus, because their mates go through the same thing. This agent, I'm signed with this agent, and it becomes a thing where they forget what they're there for and what they're supposed to be doing, because they've got these agents chasing them, and they think, hold on, I'm nearly there, I've made it, I'm nearly, and you don't want to lose focus. And for me, that I just tend to try and keep that to myself sometimes, or when I do feel like, that might be a good option, we speak about it. But everything we do football-based is discussed. I'm never going to just throw them into something and I feel is not right. So we have to if they've got to want to do it as well. And if they say yes, then, we'll give it a go.
Okay.
Yeah, they seem like very mature people anyway, so I'm guessing they will come to you and say, Dad, we want to go down this direction now, and then you lot would have a conversation about it and just decide from there.
They've got to have that. They've got to have that feel. I'll give it to, like I say, the option lies with them. Right, what do you feel? Do you want to do this? Yeah, Dad. Oh, I like that. I like doing that. Do you know what I mean? They're offering this. They're offering that. So we weigh everything up, and then they make the decision. I mean, I make the final decision because they're still young.
Yeah, of course.
That's off what we talked.
That's exactly it. So it's off what we actually discussed and what they feel they want to do. Yeah, and we make it happen.
Okay.
Boys, what I wanted to know as well, who were your influences at a young age in terms of football? Did you have any football icons that you looked up to?
As an icon, I quite like.
No, you didn't have anybody there.
I like Marcelo, but I don't really see him like as a influencer. I just like the way he played.
You just like the way.
Okay.
Yeah, but now I like Robertson and
Go on, say it. Say it. Go
Trent
on.
Alexander.
No,
but also like
you like Liverpool fan.
Someone give him something else. What else can I give this guy?
Come, let's cut now.
I don't even like Liverpool too tough, but they did well. So
you like Trent and Robertson?
Yeah, I just like the way they play. They're like the new modern fullbacks.
Yeah.
So is that how QPR want you to play, or want fullbacks? Is that how they're trying to develop fullbacks now?
I guess so, but they're more based like playing out from the back. So playing with the midfield.
Yeah.
But if I can get into those positions where I can cross the ball, then by all means they let me do that, get up the pitch. But obviously I just got to get back. But got to cover. But they're up for it. They'll never say no to it. But it's just more we like playing out of the back unit team,
working through midfield.
Yeah, working through midfield, popping the ball, like playing neat football. Like neat, not really gritty, but when it gets gritty, it gets gritty.
It gets gritty.
Yeah, then for me, since I've been about 6 years old, I just try to look and play like Neymar.
Look and play.
From when he was at Santos, I used to have a Mexican, and I asked my mum to camera it and then take it out so it was higher. Like I used to do a lot. But when I got older, obviously, relaxed a bit, but he's still my favourite player.
He's still your favourite, yeah? But you're not on all of that rolling around the floor, none of that. But for me personally, I'm a big fan of Neymar. I think he's hard. Yeah. So have you got them silky touches then?
He's a top player. And I'd like to think so.
Yeah. Kind of modest as well. What would you say?
Oh, you can't must be that.
Yeah.
So it's like saying who's better.
You know what? Yeah, I've seen both of them play. Yeah, and for me, I think that they're both very good players with decent futures in the game, very bright futures in the game. I would say Micah, very skillful, can hit the ball nicely from outside the box and score a goal. Good finisher, and take on players, likes to beat players, you know. Yeah. Elijah, strong, tenacious, do you understand? Good, very aggressive, for his size, very aggressive, and do you understand?
Leader.
On it, leader as well, do you understand? So that's from me watching you guys and observing you guys play.
Which is surprising because you said you're the more quiet one, isn't it? On the pitch, he's totally different.
Opposite, very in your face and strong, and he's a battler.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, definitely. You know,
I remember in QPR when they were younger, one of the coaches, he was head of development, and he said if he was going into war, he'll take Elijah with him. Because he knows Elijah will be right at the front of him.
Okay, definitely.
That's stupid. Imagine in a war, you're right at the front. Dying first. You'll die first.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely too smart for that. Definitely, yeah. It's me first.
So the goal is to play first team football for QPR by the time you're sort of 18, 19 years old.
Okay.
Going beyond that, where do you see your careers going? Or where would you want it to go?
So obviously, like you said, you want to play first team football for QPR, but if it gets to that, I'd play first team football for any club and try and work my way up. So if you look at another player I look up to right now as well as Jaden Sanchez, like his development and how, like where he is right now, and he went from playing Man City. Obviously, he's seeing that he's not getting first team time, and took the risk, took the move to Dortmund in Germany. And now look where he is.
Soon to be a Man United player.
You've always got to be willing to take the risk and put your like career first and feelings aside.
Yeah, because that's interesting. Because like basically what you're saying is, even if it's not QPR, you're just determined to play and to try your best and to get into a first team, which is important that you mentioned. Because I was going to ask you earlier is like, just this year alone, you lot have been given scholars. How many boys were released? You know, I'm sure that your team is different next year than what you played with the last 2 years. So it's ruthless. It's cutthroat. You need to be on job. You know what I mean, and on point. And then again, be prepared to if I need to go here for football, I need to go there for football. Have the willingness and the mindset to go and do it. You know.
What is it about you two that you think you have been offered a scholar? Because, as you said, there's going to be other good players that didn't quite get there. What is it about you two that you think stands out or makes you different?
I would say my defending, like my leadership, as a whole. Like not maybe getting smacked 25-0, but like still tenacious and still like willing to get on the ball, willing to help other players on the pitch as well, but also battling, like leaving everything out on the pitch. So just showing that hunger and desire when on the pitch to at least do something on the pitch, like try win the game, or if anything, support the first defender or win battles in the air. Like I'm always want to be the first person to make a stand, basically.
Okay, and Mackay?
For me, I'd say it's my 1v1 attacking and like my ability to like drift past people with the ball. Like I'd say that's my strongest point, my dribbling and step overs and stuff like that.
And do QPR support that type of player?
Yeah, a lot. During training and stuff, they'll give me challenges. So for example, when was our last training session? Thursday or Friday. Yeah. They made me dribble just my left foot in our matches and stuff like that. So it just makes me better and makes it easier to dribble with both feet.
And also as well, like in training, in matches, if like someone passes the ball out to the winger and he's wide, they'll say leave him. So they allow the space to do like the 1v1s, get crosses in the box or cut inside and shoot.
Okay.
Yeah, so they allow it, they like it a lot.
That's interesting, just to see and hear how teams are developing now, because I know it's very different to how it was when we were growing up and how it would have been then. And I'm guessing you like the way they're developing the boys.
I do. I like the whole playing out from the back because it helps you, makes you think, what am I going to do? Makes you think before you receive the ball, what I want to do with it once that ball comes to my feet. I like their style of coaching. I do, and I support it all the way. They've made a big difference in my boys' development, and I'm happy.
Okay,
I can't complain.
Just as a note, how much does, because again, you go to QPR, you work there, but I know that you do extra work. How much does that outside of QPR? How much does that help and improve them as well?
Well, I'm not supposed to be saying that. I'm not supposed to be doing anything outside of QPR.
You know what? At the end of the day, every single player that wants to make it to the top has to do a little bit of extra work.
That's right. They say learning starts from home, doesn't it? So, whenever we have spare time, we're out. Whether it's strengthening work, whether it's exercises, gymming, fitness runs, whatever it is, we do it.
Yeah.
I mean, they feel like I'm quite stern on them, and maybe I am because they're my sons. Do you know what I mean? But where are they now? Do you know what I mean? It's exactly. Paying off bit by bit, and they just got to keep grafting.
Yeah, because some footballers I've spoken to, what they've said is that you've literally got to outshine the next person.
That's right.
So you got to outwork the next person. So all of these extra sessions, and trust me, I know it's probably grueling at times and you ain't going to enjoy it, but as your dad was saying, this is what you need to do to get to, because you've heard about Cristiano Ronaldo to where, that's why personally Cristiano Ronaldo is my GOAT, because I see Messi's more gifted naturally, you can see it. But Ronaldo, but Ronaldo has worked on his craft.
Yeah, but then I think that shows. I agree with you. I always get into arguments about this. I think Ronaldo is the best in the world.
Yeah,
and I think that shows that it shows in the way they play that Messi was gifted it, and Ronaldo worked for it. Because if you look at games when Barcelona are losing and Messi's walking back after he loses the ball, you don't catch Ronaldo doing that stuff, and you don't catch Ronaldo losing his head. You always catch him persevering, because Ronaldo's straight out of the trenches of Portugal.
Yeah. No, it's good to think about that though, like the work that he's had to put in, so you can then relate back to yourselves and say to yourself, you know what, we just need to work more than the next player, and then you will make it. I'm telling you, because you're talented already. We can see that you're grounded and you're mature and you got the right mindset. So all it's going to be then that's going to let you down is going to be the work rate. And from what you're saying, I can't see that happening. So just keep going, boy.
Yeah, keep going.
Trust me. So, boy, I'm not sure if we've got anything else to discuss.
Nah, I don't. I think it's been good. Enjoyed having you lot on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. We're rooting for you over here.
Yeah, definitely.
Gonna be keeping an eye.
We're gonna get you lot to sign the Hardwork ball, and that's where's the little the Hardwork ball. Get you lot to sign that for us. You'll be the first signatures on there. You can pick a pen, any colour. And we just thanks again. You know, we wish you lot all the best in everything you do. You know, we're praying for you. We're supporting you. We're behind you. You know, Dad, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Appreciate
you know, you raised some great boys. You know what I mean? Like you said, smart, mature. You know, like hardworking. So yeah, and thank you for coming. I was supposed to get you a flask for the cold nights, but you know that will be in the post. You know, no for the cold days on the side.
The winter's coming as well.
Yeah. Thank you, boys. Beautiful stuff. Wicked. So that was Matthew. Thank you very much, pleasure. Man. I really appreciate that.
Fun.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Elijah and Micah, Mackay, Jesus, all the way through. I got all the way to the end, and then I messed it up. So everybody who was watching, thank you very much for watching. This was the Hard Work Project. I'm Leon Semper, aka Semps.
Josh, guys, to you.
And we're out until the next episode, man. Laters.
Share, subscribe. You're supposed to say all of that. All right. It's the plug. You know, sometimes I don't like the like, share, subscribe, you know. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe. What's the Instagram? The Hard Work Project. And then, everything else is going to be coming out as these episodes come out. So, just stay tuned, man. We're going to have a lot coming your way and coming out to you guys, all right? All right then, man. Thank you.
That's it. Peace out.